So it's been a couple months since I've been at an ed tech conference. So it's been a couple months that I've had to send out the same tweet I tend to send out anytime I'm at an educational conference. And it revolves around the fact that I always find myself in a session that somebody's presenting. This could be a really good presenter, but I constantly find people who are not using the microphone in a room when they're provided with one. Now, I know we have this thing as teachers that we think we have this teacher voice, which is loud and booming, and some of us are very, very loud. But when you find yourself in a room where there's an audio situation, such as a microphone and speakers, please use the microphone. Now, I say this because there are people in that room who need you to use the microphone, and you can't do a quick poll of everybody, seeing what you're not going to do a hearing test to see if they need you to use it or not. They could be somebody who English is not their native language. It could be somebody who has a hearing disability. There could be a lot of different reasons why somebody needs you to use that microphone. If it's provided for you, please use it. The reason that I think a lot of people don't use it is because it does make them uncomfortable. It's something different than what they're normally used to because they don't use a microphone in their day-to-day life. Now, I am someone who, growing up, had a hearing disability. I had to wear a hearing aid. I had to get special instruction for this. It affected my learning as a kid. It still affects my ability to speak to this day. And so when I find myself in these environments, it's easy for me to pick this out and point out to others that you need to use the tool that's given to you because it's not about you. It's about the people in the room. The same thing happens in our classrooms because we have a lot of classrooms throughout the country that have a sound amplification system. But then we have a lot of teachers not using it because, again, it's something they're not used to. So it makes them feel a little uncomfortable. But it has to be looked at differently. Sometimes it's okay to be uncomfortable if it's going to help our students learn. And if there's a student in your room who could benefit from that, you have to use it. I mean, it should be as simple as that. But there's so many other things in education that I think we get stuck not doing, even though it can be shown to help our students, just because it's something we're not used to doing. It's something that we haven't done in the past, and it can make us feel sometimes a little uncomfortable. For example, I hear it all the time that people, like when we're talking about sharing resources learning time, they want it on paper because they're so used to paper. Well, the problem is that we have students in our classroom who need a digital tool. They may need to change the font because they're dyslexic. They may need to be able to translate it quickly because, again, English may not be their native language, or they may be able to want to annotate it differently because that paper copy they can't annotate, or they may just want to be able to access it, share with other people. There's so many advantages that digital access to a document can give us over paper that we have to see if that's going to benefit our learners. And we don't have to make everybody do the same thing, but maybe we have to make sure they have the option for this. We give them both and let them choose what best fits their needs. Same thing could be said for taking notes. I know some teachers who are very, very strict on how their kids should take notes in their class, but they're not taking into account then, again, individual learner needs. And if we're not teaching our students how to take notes, both with paper or digitally, then we're doing a disservice to them because I constantly see these articles about professors banning laptops in their classroom because they're a distraction and because they say, well, they can't take good notes that way. Part of that problem is on us as teachers of those students before they get to college. Did we ever teach them how to take notes digitally? Because there's a lot of different ways you can do it. It's not the same as on paper, and maybe we don't spend enough time teaching students how to take notes. But if that's the problem, then we have to address it. Another one, like just by giving students options in the classroom. Let's say you want students to do a project at the end. Why does every student have to do the same project? Why can't you give them options? Because one, this can improve engagement because you give students choice. They tend to be better engaged by picking a choice that best fits them. And by giving them different options, they may be able to identify an option that best fits their individual needs, not just their wants, but their actual learning needs. I think one of the prime examples of this for many educators is when we live on an island. When we go in our classroom, we close the door, we isolate ourselves from each other. We are not doing what's best for our students because we can do so much more by working together with other people, by collaborating, by sharing ideas, by having open discussions about teaching and learning, that when we put ourselves on an island, we're doing the same thing as that presenter in the presentation who's not using a microphone. We're doing something that makes us feel more comfortable, but was not best for our learners in the classroom. So next time you're at a conference, if you are a presenter, there's a microphone on the table, please take it. Please use it. It's for the people in the room. It's not for you. And then when we're in the classroom, Let's apply that same idea to everything we do. What is best for our student, not just what's easiest or most comfortable for me as the teacher.